Hi, I'm Natalie from Xero Limited. Many of you know me, and today we're going to talk about open banking with Xero and how that affects your Xero bank feed. So I'm going to jump straight into the slides. So open banking, how will it change your Xero bank feed? Well, let's move on. So in short, open banking is changed to the way that you can access your banking information, how you share it between other organisations, and it's supposed to make it easier and more secure to share your information with companies and organisations that you want to. So that's not to say they're going to start sharing your information without your knowledge or without your approval. You will have to request this share. So it is all about how financial advisors can access your banking information with this new legislation if you ask them to. So it makes it much easier to apply for a loan or a mortgage. No more having to go and print off months and months worth of bank statements to provide them to a potential lender. The same goes for applications directly with other banking institutions, or perhaps you just want to move money around between bank accounts. This is all supposed to be getting a lot easier. Finally, which is what we're looking at today, is within the fintech industry. So there's going to be lots of apps around, and it's going to make it much easier to get your information into those apps. But crucially, Xero, Sage, Free Agent, all the other bookkeeping softwares out there, that's going to become much easier. So we're going to look at Xero today. Now, Xero have created an open banking guide for small businesses. It is easily accessible for free on their website. Make yourself a coffee, sit down. It shouldn't take you more than 15-20 minutes to read through it at the most. Lots of useful information in there. Please go and take a look at it. So if we dive straight into Xero, we can see here this organisation has a NatWest current account. Now, NatWest is one of the accounts where previously you had to pay for the direct bank feed. That's now going to be free under this legislation. So no more having to use a Yodlee feed to get that free bank feed. So what that means is you will need to change to the new direct feed, which is open banking compliant and free. To do that, you just follow the steps on screen. It's really simple. You follow the blue button where it says Update Bank Connection, and it brings you to this. Now, this screen is going to be very similar regardless of which open banking feed you're going to use for, whether it's NatWest, Barclays, HSBC, whoever it is. Just the logo will change slightly, but it's all going to be using OpenWorks, which is a company that Xero have partnered with to bring these new APIs into place. Now, once you click the agree and log into bank screen, it's going to redirect you to your online banking portal where you can put in all your credentials, and that then returns the feed back to Xero. Now, you will need to do this approximately every 90 days. A few key points here. Not all banks have a feed available. Check the Xero affected feeds list. Now, if you follow that link underneath in the comments, you will be able to get to that list. Check it periodically because things are changing. I did notice the other day that feeds that were saying they were going to stop working on the 14th of September and now saying it's going to be March 2020. So things seem to be changing every day. Remember to update your feed every 90 days. Now, you should be getting a notification on the Xero dashboard when it becomes time to update your feed, and all that's going to ask you to do is log in and put those online banking credentials in again, and that will then set that feed up for the next 90 days. Now, if there's no feed available, don't panic. You can manually export a bank statement from your online banking provider and import that into Xero. Now, the file type you're going to want to choose is going to be OFX, QIF, or CSV. Now, sometimes these file types are referred to with different names. Sometimes they're called MoneySoft, Lotus, Quicken, QuickBooks. Those are usually the OFX file types, or sometimes QIF, and those are the preferential ones. Those are the ones that are going to make it with the less fuss for you to get that information into Xero. But a CSV will work, perhaps sometimes with a bit of manipulation. Just be careful if you're going to import a credit card feed into Xero, a credit card statement, I should say, not feed. Sometimes when these are exported as an OFX or QIF file, they come through as our money you've spent on your credit card as a receipt, and that when you're paying those balances off of your credit card, that is money that's gone out. So they're back to front because they're seen as from the bank's point of view. So if that is the case, just be careful. You might find it easier to actually use the CSV file for these types and manipulate it. And that's just about everything I've got to show you today, guys. So good luck and give us a shout if you need help. Bye.